Have you ever felt scared as to what people might think about your artworks when you post them? Yes, it is a very recurrent fear which we have. All artists have it, in fact. And you might have heard this saying being thrown around that artists are never really happy. Artists keep finding imperfections in their work, and creative individuals are always not happy with their work when they finish it. Is it really true?
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
So, for this video, we have two burning questions at hand. The first one being the statement that creative individuals are not really happy with their works and always keep finding imperfections. Is this true? And the second one being the fact that how did I learn to value my artworks by redrawing this old artwork. So by the end of this video, you will get to know some of the important values that you need to ingrain in yourself if you want to become a better artist, if you want to start valuing your artworks. Okay, so let's change the view a bit. Okay, with the redrawing started, let's start off with the first question at hand. Why are creatives never happy? Why are artists never happy after they have finished their work? Isn't that something which you should be happy about? That you have finished the work which you were trying to do? You have completed that artwork which you really wanted to make? Well, listen to me first. Making an artwork is a journey in itself, and when you're making an artwork, you are the only person who knows about every line, every stroke, every bit of color that goes into it. There is almost always no one else watching over you. This is not an examination where an invigilator will keep an eye on you. This is a creative process, a journey. Now, every artist has a particular skill set, and this skill set, this set of skills keeps on growing as time passes, because we are practicing, we are learning new things, and in the past 9 months, I have picked up many new skills, and that is the reason why I wanted to redraw this. I was unhappy with how it had turned out in the past. So talking about that creative journey, when an artist is making this artwork, they are really engaged into it mentally and physically. They know about each and every step, and along with that, they obviously know about each and every mistake that occurred during that artwork. And that, my friends, is something which only and only the artist knows. But our minds are not aware of that fact by the time we have finished it. We still keep seeing those imperfections. But let me break the truth to you. Your audience, the people who are looking at your artworks, who are observing your artworks, they are not really, first of all, that experienced to get into the nitty-gritties of your artworks. Yes, if you have an audience which is completely filled with just pro artists and illustrators, you are in good luck. You have a good set of audience, and put your paintings in front of them, because getting some positive feedback, positive criticism is very necessary. But that is not always the case. Common people also look at your artworks, and they don't have enough skills or knowledge to actually get into those details where you went wrong. So you don't really have to worry about always getting criticized, or even being said that, hey, a monkey can draw that. No, that doesn't really happen in the real life. Not that much as I know of. Yes, it does happen sometimes, and it's very painful, but not that much. Every person in that audience who is looking at your artwork has a brain of their own. The way in which you meant to make the artwork is already done. You have already interpreted whatever you wanted to put in that artwork, and you have visually represented it. Now, the ball is in the audience's court. They have the freedom to imagine, they have the freedom to analyze whatever and whichever thing they want.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
they will create a story of their own. For example, imagine an abstract painting. Abstract paintings don't really have one single meaning. Every person can interpret in a different manner. It is the same with much of the different types of artworks. Yes, when we think about illustrations, we always feel that this is the way in which it is represented. This is the only translation which should be there. But no. Sometimes, in some cases, for example, cartoonish illustrations, people don't really mind the art style that much. They are not paying attention to the art style. The huge part of that attention goes into the joke, the small story that is being portrayed. And that is what I'm talking about. The interpretation, the actual value which your audience extracts from an artwork is going to differ from that of yours. And that is the reason why you don't want to put your artwork behind bars. Showing your artwork to the audience will yield a different perspective, a different visualization of that very same thing which you thought was not possible. Okay, many of you might still not be believing me about that audience part, and I can prove it to you. When I said that most of the audience doesn't really have the skills to scrutinize your artworks, to go into the nitty-gritties of your artworks, let me tell you why I said that. Imagine an artwork where you have drawn this beautiful composition with a central figure. As an artist, I will look at the anatomy of that central figure. I will look at the perspective, about the colors, the lighting which you have used in that artwork, and I will pay very close attention to the art style which you have used and your accuracy and the different anatomical principles, lighting principles, and all these technical details. Is a normal audience member going to do that? Be honest and tell me. No, right? So getting that many points to scrutinize is going to be literally pretty impossible for people who don't study art. Yes, as a person who knows art, I will be able to scrutinize your artwork if there are mistakes, there are details missing somewhere, some places where it is lacking, but your audience is really not going to do that. You have heard the saying, right? Fake it till you make it. That is pretty much true. You can be the next Picasso, the next Leonardo da Vinci, and you just have to fake it to start making it into that journey, into that phase where you are really a master.
Hi. Okay.
You need to put your artworks in front of a bigger and even bigger audience. At the same time, you also need to keep in mind that you need some positive criticism, that you absolutely need some advice on your artworks, and that is the reason why you need to keep your mind open to positive criticism, to the critical comments which are posted by other experienced artists, by other artists of your same caliber in your community. It is not just compliments which you are looking for, it is also the positive criticism. So with that, we are reaching the first lesson which we have to learn from this video, and that is to be positive, to be open-minded about your artworks, to post your artworks in the first place so that you will get that experience of not only the positive feedback from your audience, but also get the chance to be criticized by the actual pros, to be criticized by the people who have more experience than you, because that is the way in which you will learn. You will get feedback, true feedback on your artwork only when you post it, not if you hold it back. Before starting the next part of this video, I want to thank all the viewers who are still watching and all of those who have subscribed to the channel. We recently crossed 1000 subscribers.
Nice.
And it is a great achievement for me. This is a push to continue in this creative journey. Now, making these videos does take a lot of effort. I need to make a lot of arrangements for them in terms of writing the script and staying true to my experiences and presenting the ideas. I'm on a creative journey myself, and I'm sharing my experiences with all the artists who need to listen to this. So you can support me by subscribing to the channel and hitting that thumbs up button if you like this video. Oh, and don't forget to share it with your artist friends. So let's get on with the video now. When I started my art journey, I didn't really have many ideas because I didn't have a vast visual library. Yes, I used to look at things. Yes, I used to watch a lot of content which is related. Yes, I used to watch a lot of content which is related to art, which was related to different artistic methods, but I had not really created a visual library. And as I gained more experience, I created a visual library of mine. What happened was ideas started randomly sparking in my brain, and I somehow felt the urge to note these down. And that is a very good practice which I started. Noting down any idea which I have on my smartphone notes app, or be it on a sticky note and just sticking it on my wall, that is the best practice which I find for getting ideas. And there are moments when you get bored. There are moments where your brain will be sort of idling around and not really in a mood to create something, but your ideas will be floating around. And if you jot down those ideas at that point, that is going to create a huge impact on your creative journey, because you will never seem to run out of ideas. When I created this artwork, it was more of a rough drawing. I was not really in the mood to draw it, but I still drew it, and that is like the best decision, because today, almost 9 months later, from August of 2023 to March of 2024, this artwork has stayed in its place in that sketchbook, and today I am redrawing it. This video, this opportunity would have never come in the first place if I hadn't made that artwork. I hope you're seeing where this is going, right?
What do you mean by that?
That is what I want to tell you. This is the second lesson, the value part, the huge creative value which you get from just jotting down your ideas or creating that artwork which you're really not in a mood to create, but just doing it. Putting your artworks in front of people, in front of an audience, be it amateur or experienced, and the second part of preserving your ideas, those things are not only valuable but invaluable in your creative journey. As I said, this skill, this whole skill set, this creative flow state, these all develop and become more advanced as you progress in your creative journey. And you are not going to progress without facing the harsh reality of how your artworks actually look by being criticized by professionals and by posting it in the first place. You can't progress without feeling that happiness of being appreciated when you post your artworks and your audience is giving you a positive feedback on it. You will not be creative if you are not having ideas. You will not be able to create new things if you are not preserving those ideas. It is your responsibility to value your artworks and preserve them, preserve your ideas by jotting them down. I hope these experiences and these values are helpful in your art journey. And with that said, I think this artwork turned out pretty well. This time I'm satisfied, and hold on, whether I'm satisfied or not, I'm still going to post it, and you will look at my artwork. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Stay creative and be positive. I'll see you. Peace.